Okay, today I'm going to take a look at the Playsafe Greenhill Swingset with monkey bar that we got for Christmas for the children this year from Toys R Us. So overall it was pretty easy to put together. Probably no more than 2 to 3 hours of time to put together. The slippery dip is the last thing that you assemble, but probably the most difficult, just on account of putting the ladder in. The holes was a little bit fiddly, but we got there. The swings, good quality. The chains are covered by plastic, which is good, so the kids don't get their fingers caught in the chain. The really odd thing I found was the instructions tell you to double check that these parts have the open part of the link facing outwards, and I found that I had to undo them and check and turn them around a couple of times, which was a little bit strange. I would have thought they would have come like that, but no, the swings are good. Really the only thing you have to do is just tighten that up, but obviously you can replace them if they need to. It comes with a glider, so that's good fun, especially for the little kids, where they face outwards on the glider and are able to rest their legs on the ground. Again, not too difficult. It was perhaps a little bit tricky to put these in, but nothing too difficult. It's just a little bit of plastic you have to hold in to put it together. And the trapeze, again, quite easy. Now, monkey bars, they're a good fun to put together. They recommend putting the leg parts on first, so joining the two long poles up and then assembling each of the rungs once it's upright. So we managed to do that. The first rung is a little bit sturdier than each rung after that sits on top. Overall pretty good. There isn't anything to anchor the monkey bars to the ground, so while they're using the glider, sometimes you'll see the legs lift up a little bit, but I don't think that's anything to be too concerned with. The anchoring system that comes with it is simply just like a peg that's hammered into the ground and a chain attached to a metal bracket. Quite simple. Probably take one go to get sort of the feel of how far away to hammer the peg in, but just try it out and you can easily pull it out. Now they recommend concreting it into the ground. So far we haven't done that, and probably not going to bother, even though that's what they say in the instructions. But the other thing the instructions say is to have good ground cover that isn't hard ground, which includes grass, but I'm not going to bother putting stuff down. If the kids fall on it, then they'll learn pretty quickly not to be silly. We also had to put a bit of wood underneath the front rung of the slide. Overall quite simple to put together, so it was a little bit confusing, these things. We thought they were initially packing, but it turns out they're actual covers for protecting, so don't throw them out when you're putting them together. Not that we did, but the instructions say have about 6 feet of room clear either side. Probably not quite 6 feet here. Also, you have to have quite a large backyard, so just be aware of that if you're looking at this one. But other than that, I think we've got enough room either side. The slide here when you're putting this bar on, just be aware that this bar is different to the other bar in that it's got 2 holes to attach the slide onto it. So when you're putting the frame together, just make sure you put the one with holes on the slide side. And yeah, other than that, I do recommend you invest in a decent ratchety Allen key to put them together, because there's a lot of Allen keys to do, and it's certainly a lot faster if you have a good quality socket set that can make the job a bit faster. But other than that, it comes with the required Allen keys and wrenches. You will need a Phillips head screwdriver for some parts to put it together, as we found out, and it says on the box. Now the boxes itself, they're about, despite the look of it, the boxes themselves are only 2.3, 2.4 meters long, so we were able to fold down the seats in the car and fit them in there, but you may have issues if you've got a smaller car. But you can see the unit itself is about 5 meters long, so it does take up a fair bit of the lawn. So we've only put it together yesterday, but the kids are extremely happy with it, and you know, our boy, who's only almost 6, I think, in April, can reach the rungs. And my daughter can easily climb on that, and she's nearly 3, so the recommended ages are from 3 to 9 years, so they're going to get a fair amount of use out of this. And the last thing is, yeah, this trapeze thing. They can reach that, or my son can reach that, and it's good to, you know, get him stronger so he can do the monkey bars eventually. We usually have to put the other climbing frame underneath for him at the moment. Overall, I think for the price, I think we paid a little bit more than $300, but that was a couple of months ago and we've had it on lay-by. Overall, for the price, it's you know, probably a really good investment. I think it's going to last us for many years to come. So we'll let you know if I have any problems. But they seem really happy with it, and you know, it's definitely a two-person job to put it together, especially when you're connecting the you're connecting the upper bits. It's a bit of a workout on the arms if you have to stand there and do these up, but yeah, overall I'm really happy with it, and the kids are really happy with it, and yeah.